I'm Christy, you're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot, and if this video has found you when it has, it's a timeless reading and it's found you for a reason, so trust that there's a message in this that you're supposed to hear at this time for whatever reason, big or small. Everything is happening in divine timing. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Everything is happening as it should. Let's see. What are you supposed to hear right now? If anything I say resonates and you feel called to, please let me know by liking and subscribing. What are you supposed to hear at this time? Three of Pentacles. Your work is better than you think it is. Your talent, your skill, everything is better than you think it is, and you need to take a step back or look at it from a different view. There's something about perfectionism. I'm feeling there's something about take a break, take a breather. You're stressing yourself out over tiny details that nobody else will ever notice, and if they do notice, they're going to notice all the good details you've already put in. Like, there's something where you're looking at everything that's wrong with something, and this obviously isn't going to be about necessarily a creation or a craft. However, a lot of you it is. Others of you though, it's a skill, it's something you're honing, it's something you're really fine-tuning, and so you have to look for what's wrong. But take a break and look at what's right. Take a break and notice everything you are good at, notice everything you are doing well, and like, there's something where you are called to work on everything that is your weak point or you're not very good at. However, like I say, balance. You're beating yourself up. Give yourself a chance to kind of notice all the stuff you're doing that is good. Death, rebirth. There's a huge fresh start happening. There's a huge new beginning. This card keeps coming out lately. There's a huge new kind of phase of your life is beginning. And it's not so much important what's happening around you. Oftentimes that feels a little bit unpredictable or uncontrollable. But there's something where you've got a lot more control over who you are and who you're becoming, and you've kind of powered up. You've grown up with that. The thing I like about the rebirth card is it's a phoenix rising from the ashes, so it's very much a rebirth. It's a chance for you to kind of show the world what you're made of. And I feel like something's a long term. My hair is honestly going to be stressing me out more than it's stressing you out. So if this is bothering you, don't worry, it's bothering me more. Okay. That's that Three of Pentacles energy. I'm like, do I look alright? There's a piece of hair, like, I'm perfect. I'm perfect as I am right now. And if you have a problem with it, bye. With the death card there, this is rebirth, and it's very much, like I said, for a long time you've been underestimated, and I feel as if you've kind of happily played along with people underestimating your potential, underestimating who you are, underestimating your character, speaking down to you, expecting less of you, pushing your buttons to try and get reactions. And there's something now where you've patiently kind of, like, I don't know why I'm getting the dark horse. You're the dark horse or something. Of you're just gonna pop off unexpectedly and become who you've always been ready to become. It's just been a matter of time. Eight of Cups. There you go. Eight of Cups is leaving behind people and places and things that you've outgrown, that don't understand you, that don't respect you, that don't treat you as you deserve to be treated. You're walking away. Not only are you walking away, but you look good whilst doing so. That's not that important, but it just makes it like kind of a movie moment of like a sassy, you get this very liberating energy to leave and walk out of something, somewhere, or a place or a relationship. You get to walk out and never like look back. You don't have to turn around and look back. You don't have to, like, there's just this nice toodles, I'm moving on to better. And I absolutely love this with the rebirth card. Like, you're shedding that skin. You're a snake shedding its skin. You're on to your next like phase of your life. You're not looking back for anybody. You're not gonna question whether it's the right move, because you're undoubtedly aware that you stuck around even too long. It felt like you had way outgrown. You've given people, places and things 5 lives. Like, you gave them extra chances to prove themselves, and they didn't prove themselves, so you're having the courage to say goodbye. Oh, that jumped out really weird, and I want to pay extra attention to this. Queen of Pentacles. Whew, okay. Now, if you're a man, you're still a queen. Don't get upset, it's just a card. Queen of Pentacles, you're embodying this energy. You're rich. You're rich. And when I say that, I don't care about your actual... Well, I do, because that's going to be upgrading. But I want to emphasize that it doesn't really matter money. It's more the energy you are now coming into. People think you're rich. People go, oh, you've got money, you're wealthy. Doesn't matter if you do or not. It's coming in, but it's the energy that you give off when people come into contact with you, is that there's more to you, that you're wealthy, that you're successful, that you're stable. And the best thing I can do is look at this from other people's perspectives of seeing you, in order to articulate to you the energy you're shifting into, because it doesn't matter how other people see you, but I'm just trying to kind of tell you that's like, you're shifting into this energy of people really, the energy you're shifting into, others will notice. I think that a lot of people are going to kind of assume you've gotten very lucky, and they'll say, oh my gosh, you're so lucky to be in this position, you're so lucky to have this opportunity, you're so lucky to find yourself in so much wealth and stability. Like, how, like, wow, that's so, like, good for you, you deserve that, but you, like, that's a lot of luck. How did you get so lucky? And there might be this energy of you being like, actually, it's not luck. I worked for this. I just didn't tell you how hard I've been working. I didn't shout from the rooftops how night and day I've been working on this project. Like, there's been a lot of sleepless nights. There's been a lot of grinding that nobody saw. 3 of Pentacles, like, there's something you've honed in silence. There is a talent, skill, there's something you've honed in silence that you've become very, very, very... It looks like you're a natural at it, but it takes a lot of skill to look and do something as if it's as easy as it were. So whatever you're up to, whatever you're doing next, people will definitely be like, oh, that's easy, I want to try that. And it won't be until they try it where they go, oh, yeah, no, you made that look easy. You made that look a lot easier than it is. But yeah, with the Queen of Pentacles, it's a rich energy, and I don't give a crap if you've got how many zeros in your bank account. It's not so much about that. However, those will be enhancing if you're moving into the Queen of Pentacles energy. But it's more about the energy you embody of, you feel rich. You feel... like, health is wealth also, so a lot of you, it's like your health is upgrading, is healing. You're very much feeling more in tune with your mind, body and soul. It's all one, and it's all aligning again. So I feel like that's very much shifting also. It's opening you up to more abundance in all areas. Clarify the 3 of Pentacles. You have the 10 of Wands and the King of Wands. 10 of Wands is letting go of a lot of weight that you're carrying, and King of Wands is the energy of, at the moment, the way, to put this simply, the word that keeps coming through with this is fake. And so my descriptions of cards are always changing, but right now when I'm looking at that, it's fake. So you could have been in the energy in the past of faking it till you make it, or putting on a front, or putting on a bravado or an ego or something like that. Very entertaining, very funny, very charismatic, very attractive. However, with the 10 of Wands, you're now letting go of that because it's almost useless to you. It's almost like a lot of weight to carry to keep up this kind of facade and bravado that isn't in alignment with your soul, with who you really are, with who you want to be. It's like weighing you down because, how do I put it? The King of Wands, very, very attractive, like I'm saying, very entertaining, but it just feels as if you're kind of, who are you entertaining? Do you know what I mean? Like what's the point? Who's that for? And I feel like that's what you're coming into this realization of. With the Three of Pentacles there, of teamwork, of high value work, it's almost as if the value and the quality of what you're doing, what you spend your time on, is significantly improving. The value of what you're creating and putting into the world is significantly improving when you let go of having to look like the King of Wands all the time. Man or woman doesn't matter, it's the energy. And it's like, you don't have to fake, either with the Ten of Wands, carrying all this, like carrying and holding and being everything for everyone. You don't have to keep doing that. You don't have to be this King of Wands doing all this. And the second you do drop all this extra commitments, extra responsibilities, that you're like, why am I even doing that anymore? It's almost like out of habit, or people expect you to do certain things or have expected you just because you've always done it for them. And there's something with the Three of Pentacles now. Oh my goodness, why is there just one? There we go, let it go, Ten of Wands. Three of Pentacles is very much, you now have the energy, space, peace of mind to create and even make a name for yourself, because that's the work you're doing. That's what people want to know you. People want to be in cahoots with you. I've never said that word, cahoots. Maybe I have. Cahoots sounds funny. But first you have to let go of spending your energy, spending your inspiration, spending the little time and energy you have each day being everything for everyone else. You can actually put into what's important and what's valuable to you and what you want to do. Some of you, this is actually creating yourself. I don't know why I feel like you're sculpting and creating the version of yourself, because then you move into that death card, and it's almost as if before you are having this rebirth, you're first planning out and shaping the best version of yourself you could become. Like, what's that saying? I always say this, but it's like, you can't hit a target you're not aiming for. And I just feel as if a lot of you are realizing, I can't become the best version of myself if I don't even know what that looks like. So you're shaping up, you could be like drawing a plan. What is the best version of myself? What does he or she do? What does he or she act like? Like, what goals, what habits, what, I don't know, routines, and what thoughts is the best version of myself thinking? And there's just something with that. Once you've figured out like your highest self's motives also, you can then become that. With the Eight of Cups, it's interesting that this Eight of Cups is happening right after the rebirth, after the death. Like, you have to have this Eight of Cups moment, because once you are kind of moving into the best version of yourself, the highest version of yourself, everyone else that is too afraid to do that, that hasn't yet come to that conclusion, that is still operating in kind of keeping themselves small to make everyone else around them comfortable, everyone that is too afraid to move forward with you, you're leaving behind. And that can be a very hard thing to do, but you're doing it very easily, because you just know that there's an energy of, I'm going to rise above and these people can rise to meet me. And I don't think any of these people are rising to meet you at the kind of peace and harmony, and you're moving into a much easier, bolder, why is that coming through? A bolder phase of your life that a lot of people are intimidated by. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles. And by the way, I want to emphasize, it's not like, oh, I'm burning bridges, right? It's not like you're burning bridges or getting rid of people because, you know, you've outgrown them. It's not in a negative sense. It's just that you're kind of making room and making space and making time in your life to meet new people. You're prioritizing your own time and space and knowing that certain people are making you feel small, dragging you into a mental, emotional place that is not healthy, and it's time to leave them behind. But it's not like, oh, I'm, you know, it's very much a peaceful. I don't know why I felt like clarifying that for you, but some of you might feel obliged or like, oh, I can't just cut these people out of my life. Well, then don't cut them out of your life, but just, it's like you are entering this phase of taking space away from certain people. Clarifying Queen of Pentacles, you have Queen of Swords, Judgment, and the Seven of Pentacles. Some of you actually are cutting people out of your life, because Queen of Swords can be quite cutthroat. She's got that sword. Some of you are genuinely cutting people out of your life. Do what you want. If that, you know, I'm not telling you to cut anybody out of your life. I'm just saying some of you might have already done that. Some of you know it's time to. Judgment, though, there's a big decision. There's a big judgment call. Seven of Pentacles, it's a long time coming. I don't know what I really want to say. Stand up for yourself right now. Stand up for yourself, because there's something where a lot of you rise above, and you rise above situations, and you know, like, oh, I'm going to take the high road. There's no point fighting my battle or fighting my side of the story, because they're just going to fight back, and it's going to be a never-ending kind of back and forth, and it's not worth the energy. They're never going to understand my point of view. And there's something where with that, that's great, but it's almost like you've done that for so long, Seven of Pentacles, and it's time now for you to make the judgment call and decide, yes, you can be love and light, and you can be like the bigger person, and still have to speak your piece. With the Queen of Swords, she's a truth teller. She says the truth, sometimes a bit blunt, but it's needed. That balance is needed, especially if you haven't been blunt, if you have been very careful and you've kind of very much dodged any conflict with something or someone. It's time for you to now speak your piece, stand up for yourself. I feel as if, like, with the King of Wands clarifying the Three of Pentacles to begin with, you might have been working on this for a while, because there's this energy of you just being the best version of yourself, like in a people pleaser way. And I want to, like, really emphasize, it's in a people pleaser way, and I don't mean to offend you. It's just that you wanted to be perfect. You wanted to be great for everyone. You wanted to be the version of you that best fitted the idea they had of you in their mind already. You wanted to suit and fit into their life the way, whatever way they wanted you in their life. You wanted to fit perfectly into their puzzle. And there's something now where with the Queen of Swords, you've worked on that. Three of Pentacles, you've worked on being everything that everyone wants you to be and expects you to be, and now you're actually just being real. You're saying what you want to say, you're speaking your truth, and that is bringing you abundance. Firstly, it's bringing you into this energy and this timeline of having more than you need, of people thinking you're very lucky. How did you get this lucky? But it's because you're real. And real is very rare these days, and you found your tongue, you found your ability to speak your truth, and you're now deciding. It's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like I'm getting something about like a superpower. You've got the superpower of being able to say exactly what people need to hear when they need to hear it, and there's something with the Judgment card there of like, you can just tell. You can just tell when there's something you need to say to someone, and I don't know, it's very much like, stand up for yourself though, because I feel like a lot of the time this is, you're saying things to people that they need to hear right when they need to hear it, and that's in a very beautiful way a lot of the time, of like speaking good and telling people the good things you notice about them and the things you idolize or the things you are like envious of, the beautiful things you see in someone. And now it's like this balance of you actually using your ability to speak truth in a way of standing up, and my voice is cracking, standing up for yourself, saying what needs to be said, putting your foot down, standing on business and sticking to your guns. Because like, Whatever it is you need to say to stand up for yourself, especially if you're scared to do it, that's exactly what you need to do. Like, you are worth standing up for. And I feel like you're, with that, like, rising from the ashes, you're entering this really intimidating energy now of people, like, going, oh, sorry. Like, there's something where I feel one or two people are gonna go, oh, sorry, because they don't expect you to speak up for yourself or stand your ground. There's gonna be, like, this shift happening. I don't know, I feel like there's an energy here with the Ten of Wands also, where people took advantage of you or expected you to be there all the time. And now you're like, actually, I have other things to do. I have other commitments. I have a life. Like, some of you, Ten of Wands, you're spread so thin, and now you're like, actually, I have a life and I have priorities other than this. I don't know, there's something. You can't be everything for everyone, and I think you're putting your foot down, standing up for yourself, and prioritizing your own wants, needs, and goals in life. And it's taking, like, that's balance also, though. Like I was saying before, you're speaking and have spoken all the honest truths and all the positive things into people, and you always, but now there's this balance needed of you to actually bring to light the negative ways someone might be making you feel. The negative side, and your ability to speak that truth and hold someone accountable and not feel guilty, not feel bad. You won't apologize, they are going to have to apologize or deal with it or walk away, right? Like, there's something where you're allowed to demand respect, and now you're demanding it. I really feel like there's going to be several people that go, oh, sorry, didn't realize. Like, they realized, but they just thought they could get away with it or something. I love your energy, it's powerful, but it's been resting. You've always been this, it's just been resting beneath the surface. Like, you didn't want to scare people, you didn't want to intimidate them and make them leave, and now it's like, actually, it's more important that you have people around you that do respect you and your boundaries and your energy and your time. You're kind of powering up. You're empowering yourself. I'm going to wrap this up here. You're doing great. Thank you so much for watching. If anything I said resonated, please let me know by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you when I see you.